Aloha. This is the 1.5, here it is, update to Lumina, the third in the Symphobia series. Look. That used to be a sort of a yellowy colour and it's turned red. Red. It's all gone red. And it's an update to the loading speed. It's massively better loading speed. There's much less RAM use in this version as well. Always ignore this, by the way. I think I mentioned this in the other video. Well, not ignore it. This is what the samples are using. But if I can bring up Task Manager here in Windows, this is what's really going on. And this is how you can see what Cubase is really using, which contact in there. Anyway, that's going into far too much detail for now. The point is that this uses a lot less RAM. So if you've got Lumina, this is definitely worth having the update. And look, you've got these extra patches. In Symphobia 2, they added trio ensembles, 3 chord patches for brass, strings and wind. And to sort of go with them, you have trio ensemble phrases in Lumina, and that's what this is about. So we're just going to quickly rush through them now. It's nice, isn't it? And now if I play it gently, it's a legato variation, and that's more staccato. So we have minor, major, up the top here, a higher orchestration, and at the bottom, a lower orchestration. For some reason, this bottom one doesn't have the legato variation, it's just staccato. But you've got legato up here, or that. You know, and I'll just quickly do a little speed test for you. Let's whack it up to 130. Still sounding pretty good. Whack it down to 80. You'd get away with that in a mix, wouldn't you, just about? That's not over to 1,000 BPM. That's a bit hot, isn't it? But you can, if you're working in a tempo where it's half or double, it's dead easy. Obviously, it's crazy at this spam post. We've got it right. But that's a useful feature. Those of you who have used this before, I'm sure will have found that that's actually dead handy in some pieces to just go, I need it half the speed, or whatever it is. So now we have one in, well, it says 6/8. 3/4, 6/8. Same horse, different leg action. Again, we have that sort of staccato or legato. Up the top here, we have that sort of different orchestration. Otherwise, it's pretty similar. We've got major and minor versions there. Let's move on to our strings. String trio. So, just like the chords, we're not talking big epic strings here. Talking more intimate. We have different velocity versions. That's full on. That's more gentle. Oh, Lord, what did I do there? So we have it, you know, right down in down the cellos and that down this end. Can't play both at once, which is a bit of a shame. Nice, and then you want to finish it with the chords. So all these things with phrases, I think the simpler the phrase is, the better it tends to work. Otherwise, you know, you don't go very far with it, really, do you? It sounds lovely and all, but when you're making a composition, if you've only got one phrase, there's not a lot you can do with it. So that's the reason. Ready? We're in 3/4 land here. They're calling it 3/4 rather than 6/8. So I think you can sort of layer these. If I just open up this one here, set it to the same MIDI channel. Sounds pretty much the same to me. And here we have just the major version here, though. Yeah, there you go. Where was I? I was on that one. So in this we have the staccato pattern, which is completely different. And to my mind, that sounds great. But it's such a it's such a specific orchestration and melody there that it's not going to be as generically useful as some of these simpler phrases where you can just slot it into a wider composition. Legato phrase. Okay, let's double it up. I've kind of got a bit too fast. You hear with the vibrato there is not sounding terribly convincing. If I drop this to, say, 100, well, I meant to be 72, okay. It says 72, but that's sounding more like it to me. It's working at that though, isn't it? But that do you know what I mean? If we hear that fast vibrato, it's a bit of a giveaway. It's a little bit Fergal-Sharky. So, obviously for the lower speeds there. On to brass. It will ask for simple, didn't I? There you go. That's as simple as it gets. So you've got diminished up there, major, minor and diminished in that version. And now a staccato pattern to finish our little collection. Whack it up, whack it up. Almost get away with that single notes, but that sounds perfectly usable, doesn't it? It's obviously all these phrases are only going to be useful on specific occasions. You just got to remember it's there and go, wait a moment, I know something that will fill in. You're going to struggle to build an entire piece around it, aren't you? But it's free, it's nice, and like I say, really, the great selling point of this is how much faster things load and how much better the RAM use is. And for that, I think we're all eternally grateful. Thank you very much to ProjectSAM as ever. See you on the next one, folks. See yous!